Welcome to About You. I'm Connie Hogan. My guest today is a person that most people around town know. She's been very involved in philanthropic circles for a long time. Seems an ever-expanding focus area of philanthropic circles. Most recently, she was on the cover of Crayons and Marketers magazine under the title Courageous Comebacks. And I think that really is a good segue for Tanya Hill. She was formerly Tanya Hill, who is President and CEO of Forever Fresh, among many other titles. Tanya, welcome.
Hi, Connie. How are you?
I know we had to kind of get this together today. Tell us how you've been recently. I know that I met you 20 years ago? We were both in Leadership Detroit.
Right.
And I've long since retired from GM, but talk about Forever Fresh, and then we're going to get into the fun latest thing, which is the golf, First Tee
I'm a big golfer, yes. Well, I created and developed Forever Fresh disposable undergarments many years ago.
Yeah,
and we currently have them in about 38 states. They're distributed through school distributors to schools for girls who have men's accidents. I mean, we're all women, we know things like that happen. But I felt it was very important for me as a woman to really develop and pursue, that concept. And so I'm very, very proud of it. We did add a line for children, Tidy Fresh. Toddlers have accidents as well.
Oh, I didn't realize that. See, that I'm learning something already here. We're just starting.
Yeah, so both lines that's how we primarily distribute them, which is great for me because in the philanthropic world, I'm very busy, and I have a partnership at the airport.
Oh, well, we haven't talked about that. Yeah, we'll talk about that too.
We still have multiple locations at the airport, my partners and I, local and national brands, restaurants.
Oh,
and
yes.
So that's something that keeps me busy. But my passion is really working in the philanthropic space.
Yes.
So I am currently the board president for the Heat and Warmth Fund, THAW, and also for First Tee.
Yeah, that's fairly recent. Yeah,
I couldn't pass the opportunity up from being on the First Tee board. Golf is my passion, and so are children. And, my 4 children are adults now,
yes.
So it gives me an opportunity to really give back. And First Tee has just been a great avenue for me to do that. Plus, I love playing golf.
So recently, I meant to ask you about this, when they had the LIV tournament over at, now was that involved, First Tee was involved in that, or
well,
no?
we had our kids there, yes, but we participate also in the Rocket Classic.
Oh, okay,
we do have,
yeah.
we participated in the Live Classic as Live Golf Tournament as well. It got the kids exposure. Our efforts are to really teach kids how to play golf, and teach them life skills through golf, which is very important. Also to give them the exposure that they need in different areas. And with First Tee, we service about 600 or 700 kids a year in that program.
Oh, wow.
In 13 different locations. And we're actually in Wayne, Oakland, Macomb, and now most recently Washtenaw counties.
Okay, wow.
So we try to reach kids all over Metro Detroit. Surprisingly, only 30% are girls. And, our goal is to really try to get more girls involved.
So 30% of the total is girls?
Yes,
okay.
of the girls.
That's pretty good, though.
Yeah, it's good, but we want to keep that.
It's better than it used to be, right? I think it's a lot better than it was, right?
It is better, but surprisingly, though, when it comes to scholarships for golf, probably about 200 of them go unused for girls. And so what that tells us is, as an organization, we want to be able to get the kids who are interested in playing golf at a more advanced level, and to take that tool and utilize it to help with their education. And so that's been a really, really big focus of ours.
So tell me, let's say from the elementary level. I mean, not in elementary school, but the basic, like if does a kid have to be in a certain economic group, or how is that?
No, I'm
it's
glad
not
you
just
asked
for
that.
underprivileged or what, it's anybody.
No,
right?
I'm glad you asked that. We do service a lot of kids that are underprivileged,
Right.
A lot of kids of color, but we service kids all over.
Any kid,
Any kid.
child, anyone around here that said
Absolutely.
their kid. So how would they go about getting their kid into it?
They can go on our website, firsttgreaterdetroit.org,
Okay.
and look at some of the programs. Even adults can get involved. We have over.
I'm probably one that would need it. Given how I was playing in that tournament the other day.
Right, but we have over 100 volunteer coaches. And
volunteer coaches.
Yes.
Oh.
And some people say, well, I don't play golf, but you don't have to play golf to coach. I like I said, just teaching the life skill lessons.
Yeah.
First Tee is a part of a national organization,
Right.
and we have a template. That we use from national that we're prepared to teach our coaches are prepared to teach our kids, but the life lessons that they learn, I've personally seen them in action. I'll tell you a short story. We had some of the Pistons that came and was playing with the kids. At St. John's golf course, which is a fabulous course.
Oh my God,
that's another story.
Oh my God, yes.
But and the kids were, they were hitting the ball, and one little kid did not hit the ball very well, and you know how kids can be kids, right? Typically, kids would laugh, but because we really ingrain and teach kids to support each other, and I looked at that action, that in action. Another kid walked up to him, patted him on the shoulder, and he said, "It's okay, you'll do better next time." And I could see the tension drop from this kid's face, and when he hit it, he did hit it better the next time.
Well, that applies to, a lot older people than them, because there's nothing worse in golf than doing bad, and the worse you do because you get tensed up.
Right,
and then
you don't get the support.
You can't even hit it off the tee, right? There would be no tee, let alone first tee.
Right.
Because it's terrible. I mean, that has a lot to do with your stress level of any age. Of any age.
Of any age. We had another young man, Ben. I loved Ben. I was out practicing when I first got on the board, and I wanted to practice, with the kids. And so, I wasn't doing really well with my, I think it was not my pitching wedge, my 50-degree wedge.
Okay.
And I just couldn't get it. And Ben said to me, this is a kid telling me this. He said, "Miss Hill, just scoop it like a shovel."
Oh, that's hilarious.
And when I thought about it, I said, "Okay, Ben," and I just started scooping it, and I was able to hit the ball.
That's amazing.
And
Just common sense, right?
Common sense, and to get it from the kids, and which is awesome. Ben graduated from high school, and we were able to award him and 2 other students $2,000 scholarships.
For wherever he went to go to college?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes. So
that's pretty good.
As I recall me first meeting him, and then this summer at our golf outing, giving him his scholarship, it was very very rewarding for me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So Tanya, okay, well, let's say one more thing. What is upcoming in First Tee? I know we're coming into the winter months, so what's coming up in your world?
So
with that?
we have actually October 4th we have a 100-hole marathon, and we have golfers, believe it or not, that play 100 holes, and they raise money for the organization. I mean, they play 100 holes in one day.
Wow.
Yeah.
So where's that going to be held?
It's going to be all over. We're at Chandler Park, and there are other courses that people can volunteer, at their course to play, and that money, if they they play and people support them, that money goes to First Tee.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So
so what day was it again?
October 4th. Saturday,
October 4th. So
yes, it's coming up. It's coming up. But we have an annual golf outing every year, which we've already had.
So between now and next year, though, it'll be kind of dormant a little bit for the winter months.
Well, not necessarily, because we have Durfee Innovation Society, we actually rent a room there, like a classroom. We've got some very nice equipment in that facility. We have a putting simulator and a driver simulator, and we actually teach kids in the winter there.
Okay. Oh, okay.
We also have a relationship with PGA Superstore, and so we'll be able to do things in the winter with the kids there. So not to the degree that we have in the summer, of course.
Of course, yeah.
But for kids who really want to continue in the winter programs, we still have something for them.
Well, at the rate we're going with our weather right now, we can just go right
Can
through.
you believe it?
No,
It's
it's 85
October,
degrees.
and I'm going to play golf Friday.
Well, it's supposed to be 86 on Saturday, so that's that day. So it'll be too hot for them, if you can believe
So
it.
Saturday's going to be a perfect day for
Perfect
that.
day.
Yeah,
Perfect day,
yeah.
I should say. So let's segue a little bit. I know I'm jumping around, but let's talk about the airport. That's always so interesting to me. Of all your for your business, not
Yeah.
philanthropic, that's just so much fun. I know it's a lot of work, but still, it sounds like
I have
it's
a very
more
great
glamorous.
team
Yeah.
at the airport.
So they keep the fires going.
They keep the wheels on.
Yeah.
But it's very interesting times because we are still not at the level almost for international travel pre-pandemic, right,
which has been like 5 or 6 years ago.
I know,
but
but
crazy, yeah.
but it's always something else to make consumers
Well,
like,
you know, these airlines, that's a whole nother long story,
Right,
right? I mean, people are probably not traveling as much because of, I mean, there's something in the news. There used to be never anything in the news about air travel issues.
Yeah.
And every time you turn on, it's like, oh, there was a fire in this engine, but don't worry about it. Oh, okay, no problem, Delta.
Well, I can tell you that our group, Parodies Lagardère, that's
Lagardère, yes.
partners that
Yep.
I'm associated with at the airport. We really try to alleviate some of the tension and stress.
You got those bars over
with
there.
customers. Yeah, that
Oh,
too.
but that too. Well, we need it, right?
But we have music in the
You
airport.
do. It's so nice.
Yeah, we're one of few airports. So there are more
Very
that are starting
nice,
to
yeah.
have that now. But we have great music, great musicians. They're all professionals. And we have them both in the North and the Evans terminal.
Right.
So I've really seen the impact that it's had on passengers. Yeah, just kind of calming them down. Yeah.
So tell me about like the various things that I know do you still have the PF Chang's?
Yes, we after the pandemic, I don't know if you recall in the McNamara terminal where we used to have Bigalora. We thought we needed to reconcept it. Because traffic had stopped, business had really slowed down.
changed,
So we came up with a concept of, not a new concept, but to convert it into a Starbucks.
Oh.
And that Starbucks is the busiest Starbucks in Michigan.
I mean, that's the most really. I mean, for realistically, coffee is what's going to be the biggest thing.
I mean, people live off
going to be the biggest
off
thing.
their coffee. You gotta
Especially
have your coffee.
Starbucks. Right?
Yeah. And we make it convenient. I mean, you can still go on the app before you get to the terminal, order your coffee, and by the time you get in, it's there for you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you've got that, and so what was the Cat Cora?
Cat Cora.
Do you still have that?
Yes, we still have Cat Cora. We still have all of our other restaurants.
So you have like
we have a
25
Chick-fil-A.
or so, or 20 something.
Yeah. We do have one in Concourse A, Potbelly.
Oh, I love Potbelly.
Yep, and then we have, let's see, I'm trying to think further down. We have the Qdoba, that whole little food section, we call it Corten, where the other piano is. So we have several restaurants there, but we have a really, really great team managing those facilities. And quite frankly, we have a great airport.
We're honored. Our airport, Detroit Airport, is like one of the top on many surveys or whatnot.
Yeah, J.D. Powell surveys, we're always,
near the top, if not the top.
Yeah.
So people are always surprised. People will tell me that. Really? It's like, get over yourself. It's like, yes, It's gorgeous, you know.
Right, but you know what? When people come to our airport, they're pleasantly surprised.
They are. So it's good to
and I like
surprise
surprising
them. I do
people.
too, yes. We do that all the time.
Yeah.
So let's talk about, like I said in my intro, this Crayons and Marketers magazine. It's Courageous Comebacks. When I first saw that, I thought it said Outrageous Comebacks. I said either way. So talk about, they wrote this up about you. It's a great picture of you there, like I put it on the phone.
Oh, wow.
It's so nice. A beautiful photo as always. So talk about that honor that you got for the Black Business Series.
Well, you know,
it was just what we know about you.
Yeah, you know, I'm an entrepreneur.
You're always everywhere.
And
yes.
When I started Forever Fresh, I really didn't know a lot about business at all.
I remember, because that's when I first met you.
Yeah.
You were in it, but it hadn't taken off the way it has.
Right. Yeah. And I didn't know. And I really take that opportunity and those platforms as much as I can to mentor and help other entrepreneurs. I recently met a couple of young ladies. I was at the I don't want to say auto show, the car show on 8 Mile,
the cruise.
Cruise,
Dream
yes,
Cruise,
the Dream Cruise. I was at the Dream Cruise, and these two young girls were, not young girls, but young ladies, were selling their drinks. They made like really healthy drinks. And so I didn't pay too much attention to them. I saw them there. My husband said, "Oh, you need to talk to them," and because he knows me, right? And so I go over there and I talk to them because they bought some of the juice, and I said, I want to try some of your juice, and I bought some, and everybody in our little circle, everybody bought juice from them, you know.
There, yeah.
And so they asked me, could they, could we reach out to you? Because I was starting telling them things that they needed to do as entrepreneurs. I mean, they were, when I say raw, they were just like really starting up, and they had this idea, and they wanted to sell this healthy
That's fun. That's
juice.
Exciting, yeah.
And so now, once every couple of months, I have a meeting with them. And so I said, I had my first meeting with them, and I said, okay, I want to see, these are the things that you need to focus on. So the next time we talk, let's see where you are from here. And I get so much joy out of that.
Mentoring, yes.
Just trying to give people whatever experience that I've had.
That's wonderful of you.
That can help them get to the
time
next
is money,
level.
and you're doing that. That's one of your philanthropic things, as I said.
I do.
Right?
I absolutely love
you
that.
do that. I do more with animals, and I mean, the amount of time I spend, and they don't even say thank you. So as I told you, I've got another one coming. So.
But I love that.
Yes.
So tell me about which one you have.
Well, the one I have now, they say, like Michigan Animal Rescue League, I should get a little plug to them, but in all their little write-ups, it's like, oh, they're so sweet, they're going to be your match, your perfect match. Then you come home and it's like you can't even pick the cat up, you know what I mean? But we'll see. We'll have to keep our fingers crossed about this.
We'll keep our fingers crossed, but that everyone should, in my opinion, have some way to give back.
And if it's your own, like with
and
you,
if
it's more
helping
children.
Animals,
right, yes.
I think that's fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you. I love helping,
humans,
entrepreneurs,
yes.
right? But I look at them. I have another young lady I talk to almost 2 or 3 times a week. She sells T-shirts, and she has them in the Eastern market. And when I saw her shirts, I said, "Oh, well, this is great." She says, "Well, can we get them in the airport?" And I was able to, work with our partners. I mean, you have to have a product that we can sell, obviously, right? But I was able to get her one particular shirt that personally resonated with me. She had Detroit, but she had it spelled in multiple languages. And because we are so diverse in Detroit, I felt that was a great shirt, for us to carry at the airport.
Absolutely, yeah.
And we had another young group. I know you know Detroit versus Everybody.
Oh yes, I love that.
So we got them in our store when they first started.
That's probably becoming less true now that we're, although
now.
given the Tigers, we have to forget that the Detroit Tigers were. But we're really, I think it's just amazing to see the change in Detroit, the teams, the whole. I think it has resonated with people, and I think people don't think of us as being Detroit versus everybody as much as we are.
No,
now it's more like San Francisco versus everybody, right?
No,
or California
we're
versus
good.
everybody.
I'm loving Norma Lyons right now.
We love it. I love the Dan Campbell. Yes.
Ah, okay.
All of it. I mean, all of them. But anyway, I was going to talk to you a little bit about the Heat and Warmth Fund.
Yes.
You know, I had Santil on the show just not that long ago. You know, she's starting to run, and I know she's thrown her support over to one of the other ones, I would say.
Right, yeah, because she's no longer there.
She's no longer in it.
Yes, and so the Heat and Warmth Fund is alive and well. We are very excited about the work that we're doing, and a lot of people don't know, but the Heat and Warmth Fund services all 83 counties in Michigan.
When Santil was here, we got talking about that, and I was really, I was kind of surprised, because I just didn't. You don't think about it, and and so much to think about in the philanthropic circle. But that's awesome.
And it's expanded into water. People don't realize that is such a precious commodity now. Just being able to pay your water bill.
Well, I know it is from Arizona because just having water, let alone paying for it.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're so lucky that we have water here.
Yes.
But paying for it, you're right. I mean, everything is just crazy, yeah.
Yep, so we have a Hallelujah for Heat. That's our next event coming up in October, and looking forward to that.
Okay.
But that's more of a community based outreach. DTE has been a huge supporter of
they should
thaw,
be. Yeah, that's
and very, very excited about that coming up. But I think, more importantly, when I look at the philanthropic work that I'm involved in, it's something that touches people.
You do,
and I really enjoy that. Yeah,
that's a great organization too.
Yeah,
I mean, we get such crazy weather here, but pretty soon we'll be like freezing, and now it's been so hot, and it's just like. One is as bad as the other, but pretty soon it will be.
It's going to be very cold.
It's going to be cold, and we get our January and February.
Yeah.
And you just wonder how people survive, and it's so scary in all these cold cities.
Yeah, it's going to be very tough this year because a lot of the funding that a lot of the organizations and people were getting is not going to be there.
I know.
And so, it's up to, I think, the public to kind of step up where they can and say, okay, we need to support the organizations who've been supporting in the backbone of our communities, and you want to keep them in existence, quite frankly. So.
And it's interesting. It is, because in some ways things are booming. I mean, I'm just looking at, forget the stock market, but real estate prices. I have a good friend in real estate, and we were talking about this yesterday.
Okay.
It's like they're in the retail space in real estate, and it's like just similar to what you're talking about with these charities, though. I mean, things are pretty tough.
Yeah.
Because things are priced out, and it's worrisome to think, are things just going to start? It's scary to think if things could go down. I mean, who knows? We don't want to think about it, but right now everything is booming. The stock market's at an all-time high.
But there are a lot of things in the backdrop that people aren't seeing, like the supply chain.
I know.
The supply chain is still not totally correct.
Right.
Okay. With my company, Forever Fresh, we import. We do, and it's very challenging right now. Things are still backed up. And I don't know if you saw the incident, which was astounding, where I think it was in California, where I don't know what happened, but the containers
fell off.
Literally started tumbling.
I saw that,
I mean, that's not an everyday occurrence, but it still has a huge impact on, the supply chain.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's just so many problems and stuff, and then you throw in these disasters in the Philippines and all over. Really, it's just although we've been lucky with the hurricanes this year, that's amazing, but it's scary. It's very scary, and I think it's you have to worry about about the nonprofits, but again, I don't mean to be too liberal about this, but it's like, what about these people who are just, look at Taylor Swift. I'll just throw her name out there.
Yeah.
She's like, 35 and she's worth $2 billion or whatever. And, get off your thing,
Well,
I mean, I'm sorry.
I have a philosophy.
She earned it.
To much is given, much is required.
Right.
And so I say that to, folks who have,
And I totally
more
agree
to give,
with that.
That this is the time to step up.
Right. And I think they do. I mean, I see that in my animal organizations, especially the one where I'm getting my new little critter coming up. You would not believe. Now, you talk about a success story, how this organization has gone from this little thing to this huge thing, such that there's little, I don't want to say fighting, but infighting on the original people.
Right,
Like,
okay.
hello, remember me? Who really started it when we had jars with pennies in them.
Oh, wow.
But now we have these wings which is wonderful.
Yeah.
That's what I want is the cats, but or dogs, more dogs really. But it's like they are stepping up, and they may be jerks, but they're stepping up and they're giving the money, putting the money where their mouth is.
Yes. I think that's very important. That we focus on that, and we've been very fortunate.
Oh, absolutely.
First Tee has been very fortunate. Actually, I'll give them a plug. Kemp Klein Law Firm.
Okay. Yes,
with the
our
support
friends,
of Donna and John Kemp.
Donna and John Kemp,
just
yes.
Donated First Tee $50,000. So
No,
thank you,
cool.
John.
Thanks, Donna. Yeah.
So there are companies and corporations that are definitely
forward.
stepping up. Yeah.
Well, that's a great place to end this interview. We started out with First Tee. We ended with First Tee.
I love it.
But this was great as always. We could just keep talking because it's so interesting. And there's so
you.
many little side issues that we can, stories in themselves, right?
Right.
But thank you, Tanya. Thanks for coming last minute today. Thank you for all your support in the community and for being
Always
just
a pleasure
great
to be here with you,
citizen.
Connie. And I have to say, happy belated birthday.
Oh, thank you. Oh, God. Cut. No. Thanks a lot. And we'll do it again soon, I
For
promise.
sure. Thank you.
And thanks for watching today.